Are you thinking of moving to Utah and want to know the pros and cons? Well, today I'm going to give you 9 pros and 9 cons to living in Utah. I'm a real estate agent here and I'm going to share with you today, so let's get started. Pro number 1, the outdoors. Here in Utah, you have hiking, fishing, camping, stargazing, jeeping, boating, mountain biking, skiing, both water and snow. You can snowboard, you can kayak, paddleboard. Pretty much anything is here except the ocean to do outdoors. Number 2, we have a strong and stable economy here in Utah. The tech industry is big here with Adobe, Dell, Facebook, Ancestry.com, QuickBase, Atomic, Overstock.com, Health Catalyst, ClearLink, Pluralsight, VoxPopMe, and there's many more companies that are here. So if you're looking to get a job and you want a well-paying job, you can definitely do that here in Utah. Number 3, low crime. Some places have ranked Utah in the top 10 of the safest places to live. So crime would, if you're looking for a low crime state, this would be it. Number 4, we have education. We have excellent schools here, and U.S. News ranked it number 10 in the nation as far as education. We have great colleges here from the University of Utah, BYU, Utah State, and UVU is here. There's plenty of schools here that if you're looking for a good school for your for people, then this is the place. Number 5, we have the 4 seasons here. We really have 4 seasons here. From really hot like it is right now in the summer, where we're hitting all the way through the 90s, and it was over 100 this last weekend here. Then you have a fall where we have some of the best leaves color changes and stuff that you're going to see anywhere in the United States. In this winter, we have all the snow. We don't have too much snow so that you're having to shovel your driveway every day, but there's enough snow for you to enjoy the outdoors and still feel like you actually have a winter. And then we have spring, and spring is very welcome here when we're getting out of the snow and the cold to a nicer, warmer temperature where it stays spring a little bit longer than other parts of the country. So that's number 5. Number 6 is sports. Utah has the Utah Jazz NBA team. It has a huge following, a great arena crowd, many sold out games. So if you're into basketball, you definitely have a high quality basketball team to go watch. The RSL is here, which stands for Real Salt Lakes. That's an MSL soccer team that plays here. If you're into ice hockey like myself, then you can go watch the Utah Grizzlies play, and they're an ECHL hockey team. And they happen to be the farm team for the Colorado Avalanche, who just won the Stanley Cup this year. If you're a college football fan, holy cow. You have the rivalry between the University of Utah and BYU is just enormous, and every year that's a big deal here. Number 7, we have something called the Mighty 5. If you've not heard about this, you definitely will once you've moved here, and I'll tell you what the 5 are. They are the Arches National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, Capitol Reef National Park, Zion National Park, and the Canyonlands National Park. Can you name another state that has 5 national parks like these that you can go and, hike at, camp at, just explore? These are tremendous value that you have being here for that. Number 8 would be sunshine. So if you like the sun and you want plenty of it, Utah averages 222 days a year of sunshine. So you will get plenty of vitamin D here in Utah. So it's never a lack of sunshine, and I think you just feel a lot better having a lot of sun than having it be cloudy all the time or rainy all the time. We have been getting some rain, but it's not like rain like if you live back east, or even like Seattle where it just rains all the time. Our rain lasts a couple hours, maybe at most, and then it kind of goes away. So that's number 8. Number 9 would be traffic. Since living here in Utah, I've not found traffic to be anything like what you would deal with elsewhere, from Atlanta traffic to Los Angeles traffic or Texas traffic. We just really don't have much traffic. There definitely is some traffic, like in the 8 in the morning and then 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But if I wanted to drive at say 11 a.m. and I wanted to go up to Salt Lake City and I was down south, you could get there, you could easily travel 70, 75 miles an hour on the freeway or the highways. So traffic is definitely much, much better than you would have to deal with elsewhere. And that's it for the pros. So let me give you some of the cons to living here. And let's start. Number 1 is liquor is in the state-run stores. So anything over 4%, you're going to have to get it at the liquor store. And they're state-run stores, and know that they are closed here on Sunday, which is kind of weird for me, but make sure you know that so you can plan ahead if you plan to do something or want it on Sunday. You can buy beer at the gas stations. Utah does have some old-fashioned liquor laws that you kind of get used to. You can buy 3-2 beer at the gas stations though, so that's a good thing. And you can also get it at the grocery store. Number 2 is the flat tax. So this can be a pro and a con, but the state income tax here is the same whether you make $1 or $1 million, and that's a flat 4.85%. So I know if you're moving from a state that has no state income tax, that's like a negative. However, if you're coming from a state where you have a higher one than that, then it's definitely like you got a raise. Number 3, weather. It could be really hot and lots of hot days. However, nights are really nice when it gets around 7, 8 o'clock at night and it's still 80 degrees outside. It's nice to be outside. And did I mention that it's very dry here? So it's not humid at all, which means it's actually nice to sit outside and enjoy like barbecuing or picnicking or that sort of thing. Even with it hot, it's just different. And you'll hear people say, but it's dry heat. So know that hopefully you've seen the difference. If you've been to like Las Vegas, then you kind of understand what dry heat is all about. So make sure you stay hydrated. That's the number 1 thing with the dry heat. Utah also has smog here, and it's ranked the 7th worst in the nation. And we have like this weird inversion layer thing that you'll see when you're here during the summer, usually. So that would be it for tip number 3 for the weather. Number 4 would be that we don't have an ocean. There's no ocean shore here in Utah, so you're landlocked, which I guess would be a con if you're used to being able to get to the ocean. You can get you can drive to California in about 10 hours and be to the ocean, or take a quick hour, and I think it's an hour-and-a-half flight to the ocean, so you definitely can get there pretty easily. Number 5, gambling. So I'm not sure if you're into gambling, but if you are, know that Utah has no state lottery. It doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. Utah is one of 2 states that prohibit all forms of gambling. Luckily, you can drive about 2 hours away to Nevada, and you can gamble there at a casino that's pretty nice. Otherwise, you can get to Vegas in about 6 hours and have all the gambling you want, anything you want to be able to do. Or you could fly to Vegas in 45 minutes or less. Number 6, the road signs and the highway system. So this is probably my worst con of living here. It uses some weird sort of grid system that's confusing. It'll be like know that this street is called 10,000 East and then 4,000 North, so you have to kind of figure it out, and they're based off which temple is nearest to you. So you kind of get an idea of it, but it's still way harder to remember than, hey, just go to Broadway Street and make a right and then make a left at Main Street and then we're right there on the right. Like, it's much harder with the number system. However, I'm told that you get used to that at some point and then it makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen that yet myself. Con number 7, Sundays. So Sundays is a pro and a con. There's a lot of places here that are closed on Sunday. Don't worry, Costco and grocery stores are still open, so you'll be able to do that. Target's open. I really consider this a pro myself because there's about half the amount of people out shopping, or if you want to go out to eat, like, there's half the amount of people out that are doing that. So it's easier to get around, less lines, that sort of thing on Sundays. Con number 8, home prices. Home prices can be higher than where you're coming from, or they can be affordable if you're coming from certain places. Like if you're moving from California or New York, Illinois, Michigan, some of those areas, it's much cheaper to live here than it is there. So you'll find that it's a plus as far as that goes. But it's a con if you're coming from the other states where